Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Pitching Ninja Show. We have another fun-filled week. I am, of course, Will Leahy, and I'm here with Pitching Ninja. What is up, Pitching Ninja?
I am looking just absolutely stunning today. What's not looking stunning is the Red Sox just dropping 8 of the last 10 in an absolute tailspin. And everybody in their division that they care about has won their last 8 of 10, including the Yankees, who won a full-blown outrageous game last night. They blew 4 saves. It was the first game in the history of baseball where both teams scored in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th inning. So just a 6-game turnaround. Since all these trades happened, it's really the worst thing imaginable. Luckily, the savior, Chris Sale, pitching this Saturday, so next week I plan to be reporting some type of one-hit shutout type situation. And Schwarber apparently had a small setback this week, but he should still be back within 1 or 2 weeks. So really trying to make the playoffs here, Ninja.
Yeah, I am really excited that this has turned into the Red Sox update show. Very excited about it. I mean, I have nothing against the Red Sox.
Well, you know, there's a lot of AL East fans out there, Ninja. But, you know, we can move over to the NL East, where Sunday Zack Wheeler had a legendary performance on the night or the day of retiring Roy Halla-Day's number. Friend of the program, what do you think about Zach's performance there, Ninja?
I mean, he's just a stud. Like, it's been obvious the entire year that he is taking his game to another level. He's always had it in him. Like, he's just, if you know, watching him constantly, you see how good his stuff is, but he's just fine-tuned it. Like, his command is been really, really sharp. And I do see a lot of DeGrom similarities. I mean, the way they move, a lot of the stuff, like, you know, they both throw hard. They both have really good command of glove side fastballs, a lot of different things. But I think that Zach has figured out that DeGrom is a great role model for him, and so should everybody. But they're, you know, since they kind of have somewhat similar stuff, I think he's seen a lot of what DeGrom does and kind of taken that as a cue for his success.
I was there forever with him. I watched him, watched all of his bullpens, watched him warm up before games because that's what our starting pitchers did. And I think it definitely helped. Not necessarily pitch-wise, because everybody, you know, you got to pitch with what you got. But I think this, like, arm path-wise. You know, I asked him about it earlier this year, actually, and he gave me a couple good tips and pointers, and I think it definitely helped me out. And it's so much easier, you know, when you can hit the glove side fastball. And that's what he does when he starts warming up. He goes like 10 glove side fastballs to start off with. So I started doing that, and that's when my command started getting a lot better, just when you command that side.
He retired 22 straight batters for the first time in Phillies history since Roy Halladay's perfect game in 2010, which is incredible. They both had 11 strikeouts. Wheeler gave up only 2 hits. Just magnificent. But bringing it back to Halladay a little bit, legendary career. You know, he passed away, unfortunately, in a plane accident a couple of years back. But what were some of, or what was your favorite Halladay moment in his glorious 8 All-Star, 2 Cy Young career?
I mean, dude was just fun to watch as a pitcher. I mean, absolute top tier, nasty stuff. But probably my favorite thing was how he learned his cutter. I thought the story about him learning it directly from the GOAT, Mariano Rivera, at an all-star game, and you could see them going over the cutter grip, and then for him to incorporate that and that be one of his best pitches, although he had a lot of really good pitches. I mean, Halladay was a complete stud, but to be able to add that cutter from Rivera, and then Rivera get fined by the Yankee kangaroo court for sharing his secrets with a competitor. The one thing about Rivera, though, if you listen to his cutter grip explanation, and I have over and over again, it changes constantly. Like sometimes he'll say it's God-given. He doesn't even know why it moved. And other times he'll describe his grip and why he thinks it moved. But there's always little things that come out that maybe he discovered it because part of it is natural. He just got asked about it, shared it with Halladay, and Halladay incorporated it into games. And then the team convened. They found out that he had shared it, and they said, "Hey, what's up with this? You're enabling competitors to be better." But he had to pay up So he got fun.
So on to the victims of that Wheeler performance and that whole series, the Mets. They have now given up first place to arch rival Phillies. DeGrom is hurt for another month. He was having the greatest season ever, and now he's just on the sidelines. What do we see next for the Mets? Are they in big trouble or what, Ninja?
I think it's a long season. The teams, their luck goes up and down. I think the Mets do have depth in their pitching. They do have obvious weak spots as well. Some of them are showing up now, but I wouldn't panic if I were a Met fan. The talent is there. And, we may be talking about a different streak next week. So I know it's the nature of being a fan is everything near term, matters a ton. And it should, like, that's part of being a fan. But long run, I think the Mets should be okay. And I'd like to see them turn it around because they're a fun team to watch.
The runner-up long dong of the week goes to my guy, the machine, Albert Pujols, for number 676. 14th of the year, actually, which he's had about half as many at-bats as everybody else. So he's having a pretty good season. He's batting above the league average. And this homer in particular kind of reminded me of the Lidge assassination of 2005. Just a similar launch angle, absolutely pulverized. And Albert gives a slow-walking examination of the ball he just hit the skin off of.
One thing I liked about this is Detmers was just pitching in college, like last year. And I know I'm from Louisville, absolute stud, love watching this guy. But what I liked is you have a guy just coming out from college, one of his first outings of his career, facing a legend. And the legend getting the better of you. This is one thing that you can learn from. I thought it was great that the Angels left him out there after giving up a few runs and didn't pull him, because at some point he's going to be able to draw from these experiences. So I thought it was great for the pitcher. I thought it was awesome to see Albert Pujols go yard like that. And you know what? Being on a winner raises everyone's games, and Pujols is definitely doing it, man. I love it.
And the long dong of the week goes to minor leaguer Sam Huff for this 502-foot blast. I saw this making the rounds on social media. Dug a little deeper. The guy hit a 495-footer 2 weeks ago. He got called up to the Rangers last year. In 10 games, he batted .355 and had 3 homers. And they sent him down. And I'm making the call here, Rangers. You guys aren't having the best seasons. You borderline stink. Call the guy back up. Let's get some of that power up there. Some Josh Hamilton power. Let's go.
And now, PitchingNinja's Top 10 Filthiest Pitchers of the Week.
Number 10, we have a tie. Both Yu Darvish and Colin McHugh's sliders, both of these had ridiculous break on them. I think McHugh's was like 21 inches or something like that. Darvish was somewhere around 19 inches. And these pitches are just pure filth. At number 9, Steven Ridings for the Yankees. These are it's just overpowering stuff. I call him the Red Giant. He also was apparently a substitute chemistry teacher while he was working his way up. So maybe we can call him the Bunsen burner or something like that.
Can you please try and get the Bunsen burner to stick? There's a lot of red. There's the red rifle. There's a bunch of big reds out there. Let's go with the Bunsen burner, Ninja. Make it happen.
Okay, I can do that. But I love watching this guy pitch. 6'8", pitches with a lot of emotion, and he's going to be a lot of fun for Yankees fans over the next few years. And they picked him up on the scrap heap. How cool is that? At number 8, my man Max Scherzer and this filthy changeup. Like, a lot of people don't realize how good Max Scherzer's changeup is. This should show you. You can see Scherzer pronate through this and how he gets the arm side fade on it. It's a nasty, nasty pitch. At number 7, Carlos Rodon's back foot slider. Just disgusting stuff from Rodon. He was touching 99 in the first inning, which is not the way he usually pitches. He usually gets stronger as the game goes on. This time he came out of the gate throwing gas, and then with his ridiculous slider, you can see why opponents have a long, long day. At number 6, Zach Pop's two-seamers. These things are nasty. I've been waiting all season to make a Pop Smoke reference, and I finally got a chance to do it with these pitches. At number 5, Yoshinobu Yamamoto's curveball. This is a really unique curveball, and this is from the Olympics. You can see how he uses his thumb here to kind of push the back of the ball, almost like he releases it like a yo-yo and gets a ton of spin on it. And then the ball just breaks straight down. It's a very, very unique grip. There are some coaches that started teaching it in Japan. And if this ever gets picked up like universally and people are able to throw this regularly, this is a nasty pitch. I've been tracking this guy for a while. Hopefully he makes it to the US soon, but he is one of those guys who will succeed in Major League Baseball. At number 4, Alek Manoah's combo of his sinker and slider. You've heard of tunneling. Well, this is more like funneling. These pitches come from different directions to make it to the same spot. I was talking to Barton Smith, and the seam shifted wake on his slider is unique, which is one reason why this pitch moves so nastily. At number 3, Corbin Burns' changeup. We're used to seeing Corbin Burns' cutter, his slider, but this changeup is absolutely disgusting. I mean, look at this ball just totally break off the plate. It starts off looking like it's going to catch some of the plate and then dive bombs away. And I think it's 93 miles an hour too. So you're talking about like a major league average fastball as a changeup with that movement. Like, this is sick stuff. Speaking of sick stuff, at number 2, Devin Williams will make you contemplate your existence at times. You see Hayes here, takes a swing at an airbender, ends up missing it by like a foot, and is just like, I don't know what to do. I mean, he had, I think at this point, swung and missed at like 5 airbenders and just can't figure it out. And I don't blame him. Like, this pitch is unique. I know I feature it a lot. And it's not just because, Will, who came up with the airbender name?
It's the PitchingNinja.
Yeah, I did. But it's because the pitch is absolutely disgusting. And at number 1, Brusdar Graterol's 102 mile an hour backdoor sinker. This pitch is totally unhittable. You can see why you would give up on it. It starts way off the plate, has 15 inches of arm side run, and makes it back and catches plenty of the plate. And I keep waiting for him to just go on a streak where nobody can hit anything he throws, because dude has unhittable stuff. When you're saying 102 mile an hour backdoor sinker, basically a Greg Maddux pitch at 102 miles an hour, well, you can see why that's my number 1 pitch.
So Ninja, there were several changeups in the top 10 this week, and I've heard you say on numerous occasions that the changeup might be your favorite pitch. Considering you're kind of an authority on this sort of thing, I was wondering, what do you value the most for a great changeup? Is it the drop in velocity? Is it the action? Is it the arm angle? What do you place the most value on for a great off-speed pitch?
You know, that is a fantastic question, and there's so many different answers to it. Like, as far as like pleasing to the eye and fun to tweet, it's changeups where you really pronate through it and it gets that huge run. That's always fun when you have a guy like Devin Williams who throws the airbender, where he's putting basically top tier slider spin on a changeup. That makes for great viewing. But there are so many ways that you can have a great changeup, which makes it a really fun pitch. You can be like Lucas Giolito, who really more focuses on the velo difference and making sure he releases it the same as his fastball, which is what you're always told growing up. Like, everybody says, oh, it's the velo difference that'll get you. And pitchers, especially young pitchers, have a hard time getting that through their head. And it's just one reason why I always taught a lot of pronation on the pitch, because young pitchers are like, wait, I got to fool this guy. So they tend to slow everything down and it messes with them. But if you can throw it with the same exact arm speed, like Giolito or like Ian Anderson, who does that really well, you look at the changeup in and of itself and you're like, it doesn't really catch your eye, but it just gets outs and swings and misses, because when you get a 10 mile an hour to Giolito, sometimes 15 mile an hour difference, that if you're swinging at a fastball, you're going to be really, really early on the changeup. And that's part of the way that it's deceptive. So it could be deceptive through movement, or it could be deceptive through velo difference, or both. And a lot of times when you have a lower arm action, you're able to get a little bit more fade on the ball. I mean, like, think of Pedro or Luis Castillo, where their pitch just looks pretty and it's nasty. So there are a bunch of different ways to be successful, and it's one of the most fun pitches to teach too. Well, it's been another fun-filled week of the Pitching Ninja show. I am actually Pitching Ninja. That was Will. And I am going to K-Strut on out of here. Until next time, keep throwing flames.
Strike three!